Well, just a few months ago, Homeland Security lightened its stance on immigration laws. To talk to us more about what's called deferred action is immigration attorney Remzi Kulen. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Ebru today.
Thank you.
And let's talk about, first of all, what is deferred action in layman's terms? Explain that to us.
Deferred action is the way of government saying, I'm not going to be deporting you guys for a while. That is intended for young illegal immigrants who arrived to the States under the age of 16 and who, by June 15, 2012, are under the age of 31. What basically this program provides is they are not going to deport these people for 2 years, and they are going to give them employment authorization during these 2 years, and the employment authorization is going to be renewable in 2-year periods.
Okay. Now, why 2 years? And then my second question is, why the younger group? Why 16 to, is it 31?
Yes. This was originated from the DREAM Act idea. DREAM Act was going to provide legal status to all the illegal immigrants in the United States. But that law didn't go through the Congress because they didn't have enough votes. What Obama said, what can I do without even having to go to the Congress? I can maybe write up an executive order, and if I do this for the young illegal immigrants, maybe it's going to be not many people are going to be against it. So that was the idea behind it. It didn't go to the Congress. It's an executive order, so it's not really something that that encompasses everybody. It's just intended for the young illegal immigrants. As to why it's 2 years, that's how the law is written up.
And it seems fairly timely that Obama would extend his hand to illegal immigrants at this point during an election year.
Well, it's funny you bring it up because one promise that Obama gave to the illegal immigrants before he was elected, that he was going to fix the immigration system. But it is such a broken system that it doesn't seem to be, it doesn't seem that it's going to be fixed in the near future. So he said before even going into the election, I should do something about the immigration so that they will know, my constituents will know that if I win the elections, I will do much more. And it's actually, this is political more than legal, but it's actually the illegal immigrants' hope that he will do something about this if he were to win the election in November. He's going to do something much broader, getting consensus from all the parties, all the interested parties, so that he can do something much broader, because that's what the immigration system needs, really. It's a very broken system.
Okay. And I know that you had just touched a little bit on the requirements, but can you go into that a little bit further? And if you have a criminal background, is there anything that would prevent you from getting the status?
When I spoke about this program before, we know only some little things about the program, but we have the legal announcement right now, and I just want to make out a few points.
Okay.
The first one is, the question was, the eligibility requirement is to either be a graduate of a high school, have a GED certificate, or going to the school at the same time. So you either have to be going to the school, or you have to have the graduate diploma, the high school diploma, or the GED certificate. If you don't have these, and if you're not going to school, you cannot apply. One other thing is, if you are not above 15, you cannot apply. I'm sorry, if you are under 15, you cannot apply. So you have to wait until the age of 15, so it's going to be an ongoing process. The other thing is criminal background. If you have a criminal background, even if it's a misdemeanor, it's a felony, you have to consult with an attorney before applying. Because by applying, you may be giving information in the hands of the government which may be used against you. The other question came up was, how confidential is the information that we are providing to the government? Because we are illegal immigrants here, the clients say, and we are providing information to the government. The government assured us that they're not going to use this information to enforce civil deportation. But they will use this information to assess whether the application is based on true facts or whether the application is based on fraud.
Okay.
So that needs to be taken care of.
Right. And I'm sorry, we're actually running out of time,
Okay.
but I am curious. So if they say no, then what happens?
If they say no, the application is not going to be approved. You're not going to be able to get the travel authorization. We're hoping for driver's license. It depends on the state. But if they say no, the application will be denied. And hopefully, if you're within these parameters, your information will not be shared by the deportation authorities.
Right. So hopefully there is not a risk of deportation for those that are.
They have to check with an attorney. That's what I want to make and clear out,
Okay.
because especially if they have a criminal background.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, that's very interesting. And is there a specific website that somebody can look at for further information?
Most of the information is provided in the uscis.gov website. That's the official website of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you very much
Thank you so much.
for coming.